Joseph would say.
Hey there. So if you clicked on this video, then you probably read the title, How LEGO Perfected Mechs. And playability-wise, price-wise, and I'd arguably say display-wise, and it's kind of posability-wise for its size. All the way back in 2017 with Nexonites. Now, I know I keep bringing up Nexonites for like every conversation, but it is my favourite theme. But I think you'll see why. So as an example, here we have Macy's Battlesuit. This retailed for £10 or dollars back in the day. A bit around about that much. And doesn't have that many pieces. There are a lot of big pieces. Price to part ratio you'll think will be a bit bad, but in reality this is one of the best deals for any LEGO thing we've ever got. So they all used these fists, and they had the same build from the arm down. I'll take apart all the bits that are exclusive to Macy's to show you guys. So this is the most basic of Battlesuit. Obviously the feet designs do change, and those do change, but I thought I didn't want to remove the full feet. But they're all built from the torso up the exact same, and basically the same in the legs. If you look at Clay's, very similar. Okay, axles are different, but, you know. And they use these giant body piece, which was introduced for Ninjago, and for Nexonites, sorry. They used the Tri-Shield, which was used for Nexonites, and these fists, which I don't know if were introduced here. I think they were introduced here. This 3-ball joint, which was introduced for this, and then this big mech body piece. Now, they did actually bring this back recently in some of the new Marvel mechs. This guy is completely destroyed, but I'll show you. Here, however, they are built a bit different. They still have the swivel erasers, but this is the main thing. These are not the same pieces. If you look, the ball joint is there and is attached. Now there's a little line. Here, it's just not at all on the build, and the back looks different. If you look there, there's a sort of recess, and then some hollow-ish studs. Whereas there, it's all flat. Now, I think this is much better, because on the mechs, using this, my dad's shouting at the TV. The ball joints go there, and they stick out way back, and the arms just look terrible. This is the perfect mech body, because you can also make it bigger, I think. I don't think they look the different on the inside, though. This is better. This is better. Might go into detail how these are some of the best LEGO minifigures ever made, but this is about battlesuits themselves. And I will want to clarify, battlesuits are mechs. They're mechs called battlesuits. This specific scale mech is a battlesuit. The modern Marvel ones should be called battlesuits. These are the actual battle suits, I believe. I think these link up. And my idea of how they link up is sort of how you do motion capture CGI, you know, those balls on them, and then they move around when you do CGI. There's these on them, and that's what these specific suits are, and they link up to it, and then they can move around. In the show, they never use them, and they just use, like, regular levers and controls. This is a much better idea, I think. I'm betting this. Finally, I thought I'd touch on the weapon. Every single one of the main knights, and Robin, and technically Murloc, used really cool specialised weapons. Now, I don't have there's only one battlesuit that I'm missing, and that is Clay's from Season 5, but I will get that. So Axel has a hatchet, I guess. But the thing is, they're all different, and they're all special. And they all look unique. Robin's is very hard to find. The Robin battlesuit is very rare. But I had it. Yeah, Aaron has obviously his bow, but they're still all the regular weapons, like I say. Aaron has his bow, Macy has a mace. Lance still has a lance, which is what I'm impressed, is the fact that they managed to make a lance for a thing this big. And Clay's sword is pretty well detailed. And all that kind of stuff. The worst one here is definitely Axel's axe, because it should be double-sided. Like, it would have been easier to make it double-sided, but oh well. I found that they all just look really good. Robin's is different because he uses black hands and more black parts, but that's to set him different, because he's not like other girls. Axel's is also a different build. Because he's such a big minifigure, he wouldn't fit in the cockpit, so they placed him on top of a stud, and then built up onto the front of it, and gave him handlebars that he can hold onto. And rather than them being flat, like most of them are, these are curved. You see? finally, I want to touch on how each of them are unique build-wise. Obviously, there's Axel, but he's also got really short, stubby legs to make up for that, so they're also at the same size. I don't think was a good idea, but he's got spikes. They all have this exact same build on the back, and I'll touch on that later. Maces feel very rounded and spiky, as you can see. Bulky, but not in Axel's bulky sense, more of a, like I say, a rounded, mace-like bulky. Clay's feels built for battle. It feels like it's the most useful, you know, straightforward design. I feel like this is the base model, and they all went from this. Aaron's feels sleek and like it would be fast, and also the best play feature I've ever seen comes in the form that his feet are very flat, and you might notice, oh, his shield's a bit of a different size to the others. It's got more of a Nexus shield looking thing in those axes. Well, that's because Aaron's thing is he flies around in a hover shield, right? Well, on the back, there's that thing, and due to the angle on the back of Aaron's feet, you can do this. That is just peak Lego engineering. How can you say Next Knights is bad when you have this? A mech riding a hover shield that flies about, that also doubles as a shield, and works fine either way. Ugh, this is just... We don't see stuff like this anymore, and it's a really big shame. Yeah, this is just such a clever design and fits his character. Anyway, I'll continue. Robin's has a hammer and a wrench on there, and not an actual Nexus power. I thought that was a really cool detail. He doesn't have a Nexus shield. I think that's because the Build Your Own Adventure book didn't include that piece. But in my headcanon, it's because he isn't a Nexus Knight yet, so he uses his own thing. Because he's not like other girls. He uses Aaron's legs. And sits in the cockpit like that. And then Mechlock. You could argue that this isn't a battle suit. I'd be fine either way. It fits in. He's a bit bigger than the others, if you look. But that's fine. Obviously, he's not in a mech, but he sort of is. Like, he's transferred his consciousness onto there. These hats just come off. But I do like this one. And then finally, Lancer's looks very fancy. Oh, his foot fell off. Lancer's has the best leg designs, because he has roller skates, and they actually roll. And that's so fun. Like, it fits Lance, and it works. He's got those flaps things on his shoulders to make him look fancy, I don't know. But, like, this is so cool. They have different, even though they're basically the same build, with a few minor differences, and then sometimes major. And sometimes obviously colour differences. They all feel special enough. Also, the Grimrocks, they're in scale. They feel like, okay, they're a bit bigger, but they go together well. You know, you could have him fighting Grimrock, and it looks pretty good. I think Grimrock could absolutely destroy Lance. I just hit my cat. Sorry. She's fine. Yeah, I feel like Grimrock would beat basically, but you know. I'm constipated. Finally, I thought I'd touch on this. When I do my reviews of these, that will be for a while though, because I've got a review of all season 1 sets. They can all connect to the Knight's main vehicles, except for Aaron's. Aaron's rock climber doesn't have any way to connect, but weirdly enough, his Stone Destroyer does, which isn't his main vehicle. Anyways, they all connect to him, and this is from Lance's Twin Jouster. I'm not going to review the set, but basically, all the Knights have different ways that they can attach to it, and then you can fly around. Now, there are actually 2 Lance versions of this. They're both good. I wish I could have them both at the same time. But I don't know why Lance is the only one to have 2, and Robin doesn't have a single one. And then they connect by them. But I'll review all these guys with their vehicles attached in my actual review of the battle suits and the sets themselves. But, like, this is just so genius. And they all have the exact same backfields, like, all the exact same. Minus Mechlock, but he's built completely differently. Just like Robin, he's not like other girls. And also, the way they're designed is as their their primary colour, then their secondary colour. However, that's Clay's primary colour is dark blue, so they should be the other way around. For some reason, they just completely forget that Axel has purple in his colour. In fact, in the season 1 intro, like, that's his main colour. But I'm not gonna do it. Same colour there for some reason. Aaron's is fine. No, I don't think lime is the main colour. Lancer's should have been light grey. The battlesuit figure uses light grey. But, oh well. That's not anything. So, yeah, overall, these are the best LEGO mechs, question mark, asterisk, that we've ever got. And the design clearly was genius because they still use it to this day. Albeit they've sort of made it much worse and taken away the main good thing about it, but, you know. Oh, yeah, I forgot to touch. Posability-wise. The ball joints on the elbows, ball joints there, those are the larger ones. Ball joint there, and then a swivel at the waist. And then obviously the minifigure's head can move around. And also I want to touch on this, but they do not stand up. I see a bunch of people in reviews have them like this. That looks terrible. You don't even close fully. Like, look. You don't close fully. They sit down. When you are in a battlesuit, you sit down. You do not stand up. Your head is the only thing that should be exposed, and a bit of your shoulders. So it looks like you're piloting the thing. Do it like this, it's easier.
Red Bandit! Like and subscribe right now!